Branding has been around, well, as long as humans have been around. Now, we may not have started calling it branding until the last 60 or 70 years, but certainly the principles of branding have been around for thousands of years. And up until a couple hundred years ago, the most famous brands in the world were people. Now, there were a few institutions or governments that were branded, but mostly it was people. And they did this, they built these brands that we still talk about today without an ad agency or a PR firm or advertising. So how did they do it? Well, I think there's some ancient lessons in here that you could apply to your brand. Number one is offering a third way. Now, a third way is a term that I use to describe taking on binary options or binary thinking in the marketplace and in the world. In branding, that's really about category. Uber and Lyft own the category of rideshare, and rideshare is a third way between owning a car and getting a taxi. The second area is to take on your industry's biggest institutions. One of my favorite brands that does this, even though I don't use their product, is Dollar Shave Club, where they took a rather boring topic or a boring product and made it interesting by taking on the industry related to the cost of blades and the technology that was required and whatnot. And they've done a brilliant job of carving out a niche and taking market share away by taking on the industry. Now, there's no great cause behind that necessarily. So sometimes taking on your industry is even bigger than that. Sometimes it's things like Dan Price is doing with Gravity Payments, where he is taking on business as an institution related to income inequality. The third area is you have to have something provocative to say. And now you could do the other two. You could offer a third way. You could take on the institutions within your industry. But if you aren't using provocative, bold, stirring, agitating language, then you're not generating stories. You're not attracting attention. You're not creating tension in the marketplace. And so language is that message. It's like a prophet having something to say. And sometimes, as we know with the course of history, the prophets, the people with stuff to say, are the ones that get persecuted. And that's going to happen in branding as well. We often say that most of branding is about repulsion, about repelling. And that repelling largely comes from the language that you use. So these are ancient principles, which means they work no matter what. And certainly you can use modern technology and modern ideas to amplify. But the sweetness and the originality and the organic nature of these ideas is sitting right in front of you, waiting for you to use it.